Hi, my name is Maria, and this is me sharing about my transformational journey. Today, I want to share about studying with the School of Womanly Arts that was created by Regena Thomashauer. I have had my first class with Regena in 2015. She had these beautiful events that were a completely different way to register people for the course. So there was free event the whole weekend. I remember flying from Florida to New York, of course encouraged by my husband. I was already a mom and I was planning to get pregnant the second time. What I learned around School of Womanly Arts is so much about how we are wired as women. I got to have so much appreciation for my body and for my emotions. In School of Womanly Arts, I learned to stop suppressing negative emotions and how to move through them. And the access, funny enough, is to actually turn them on, which is counterintuitive, I think. The other thing that is really amazing about what I learned was that Regina would say that you can always tap into a brag, a celebration. You can always find something to celebrate. And she encouraged women to celebrate with one another. And if you hang out with me online or see my social media, you will very often see that I tell people, thank you, goddess. When I say goddess, that means that the woman probably was in a School of Womanly Arts with me. But the other reason that we communicate like this is because we're honoring the goddess in one another. And we often would say, well, bragged, to acknowledge the celebration. So one of the things that is very different in patriarchy than it is inside of the School of Womanly Arts that Regina created is women are celebrating. So if I have a celebration, women will say, well, bragged. So there's no space for jealousy or envy. There are different tools that are quite amazing to understand. They're really spiritual, actually, even though on the outside they also look pretty hip and cool. Now, the other thing that I really love is that Regina would acknowledge that there's always a little bit of rage underneath almost everything. This was really useful to me. I think it validated who I was as a woman. It got me to feel so much more in touch with myself and also in touch with other women. One of the things that I realized inside of the course was that if another woman was feeling grief or rage, I can tap into my own. And by being witnessed and held in a space by another woman, I can move through my own grief. Really powerful training. And I know Regina has a ton of books out, and I think she's still leading courses, so she's accessible to those of you who want to study with her. But I so cherish the time that I spent at the School of Womanly Arts because it was the first time in some way that I stood for myself as a woman and not just as a human being. This experience of sisterhood was priceless for me to experience.